TIFU by making the doctors think I was a drug mule. This happened last night. My wife wasn't feeling well and I was tasked to make dinner. I made a nice penne pasta with sausage to which I inhaled. It was delicious. Right after dinner I started to have horrible lower back pain. To the point of on-the-ground writhing and nausea which only progressed worse and worse. At this point I had a feeling it was another kidney stone as I've had them in the past. My wife drives me to the hospital and I limp in excruciating pain. I check in. The nurse gets my vitals and then I waited for them to take me back to get a CT, at which point I start vomiting from the nausea in the lobby. In front of everybody. And falling to the ground because it hurt so bad. Think hot serrated knife in your back combined with the feeling of having your testicle in a vice. They finally got me back to a room in the ER and the nurse practitioner, NP, that was on came in and confirmed what I had thought. It was a stone, but it was stuck mid-left ureter. The stone was about 4.5 to 5 millimeters, and for reference, the human ureter is about 5 millimeters in diameter. So a tight fit. She left to go order my meds. The nurse and her nursing student came in and got an IV catheter placed. Anti-nausea and pain meds on board, which helped bring my pain down from a 10 to about an 8. About 20 minutes later the pain finally went away. Completely away. So we speculate that the stone pushed its way though and finally dropped in my bladder. Now here is where the fuck up happened. When the NP came back in, she had a very concerned look on her face. There are some concerning things in your CT scan and I'm just going to come right out and ask. Do you do drugs? I told her no I don't, to which she asked when I ate last. I replied about an hour prior to coming to the hospital and that I made penne pasta. She stared in disbelief. Come to find out, the radiologist that read my CT was concerned that I was a drug mule. Apparently, if you don't chew your penne pasta all the way, the shapes and gas patterns they produce look very similar to a bag of drugs. I told the NP that I wasn't a drug mule, but rather a penne mule, to which she starts to crack up laughing. She left the room laughing and I could hear my nurse and a few of the other nurses start to crack up. The NP came back and said that she had to go tell the radiologist that it was in fact pasta and not drugs. The radiologist also started to crack up laughing. All in all, I was able to urinate after THR pain went away. No fever or bacteria in my urine sample, and since the stone finally left my ureter, I wasn't in pain anymore, so I got to go home. The NP was even joking about putting, "Make sure you chew your food thoroughly," on my discharge instructions. TL. Doctor. If you don't chew your penne pasta fully and need a CT scan, you might be accused of being a drug mule. Edit. I also have 2 snapshots of the CT which I don't mind sharing if you want to see the stone or what a true penne mule looks like. Edit 2. By popular request. Here are the images I managed to get. https imager.com/gallery/tvft1sm. It's photos like this. And that time I barfed up 2 mostly intact halves of a hot dog that remind me how chewing and savoring food is important. We need that CT image op. Glad you're feeling better. Ha ha ha. Glad you're feeling better. I'm curious to see the CT scan images. Let's see the pics. You should get a high-res copy of the penne one and get it framed. It looks like a good modern art piece. I see your balls and your pee-pee. After a few minutes of utter confusion as to how not chewing your pasta could lead to kidney stones, and potentially getting a catheter placed in you, I am extra relieved now to know that they are two separate issues. Cold sweat smile. That CT image and story is hysterical. Glad you're feeling better. Cracks knuckles. Yeah, I'm a nuclear med tech. I'm not qualified to diagnose you, but we do review scans before we send them to the radiologist and tell them what we see and what they might want to look for. Whatever tech told the radiologist they needed to look at that scan stat needs more training. I'm serious. Gastric contents. Chyme. Look relatively similar to this. Granted, this is a little odd, but there is no reason, and I mean none, that they should have jumped to the conclusion of you having a shit ton of drugs in your stomach. Actual drug packing is very apparent, and in this case I'd say it isn't even something that I'd have thought of. I'd just have been like, yeah, dude just ate. Another technologist or radiologist can tell me I'm an idiot, though, if they think I'm wrong. Oh, gotta love kidney stones. I get them on the regular. Good luck during your birthing. Kidney stones are no joke. I had a 9mm stone while pregnant with my second child. It was excruciating. So glad you were able to pass your stone and give the whole a good laugh. Doc here. Chew your fucking food, bro. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Glad you're feeling better. But damn. Illegal life pro tips. Admittedly, I've never seen a CT of a drug mule, and I'm not familiar with the techniques a mule might use, but I looked at that before reading the story and thought, numerous tubular structures in the stomach. Pasta? Quote. I was delicious, I'm sure you were laughing face. Dude. You have my sympathy. Kidney stones are the absolute fucking worst. I started occasionally getting them about 10 years ago. After I almost died from massive blood loss, causing slight kidney damage. The first time I had a kidney stone, it was unbearable. It's not just the kidney pain. It's the referred pain in the testicle that makes any form of movement unbearable. Can I send your CT to my anatomy professor? He would get a kick using this image as a bonus question on a quiz or something. P. I see London. I see France. Now I've seen OP's dick. Nice balls op. They glowing. Instructions unclear. Chew the drugs before you swallow the bags? Lol. I'm not sure why my brain now plans to remember this forever. RLPT. Chew the pasta.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.